Right here, 89.5 The Wave, and I do believe we have a very important caller on the line. Oh, caller, you there? What's up?
What's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Little, R&B singer.
Man, tell them about the resume right quick.
First started out with my professional career. I was a member of St. Louis group OL'SCHOOL. OL'SCHOOL was discovered by Keith Sweat. Discovered by Keith Sweat. So we did that, did a lot of tours, a lot of traveling, videos, magazines, and we were Universal Records in New York City. From then, after the group broke up, I eventually moved back to New York, where I ended up being the background singer for TREY SONGZ. You know, traveled with TREY and done shows like St. Louis at the Apollo, Soul Train, and right now, working on my solo career, trying to get that pop.
So you've been in the game for a while right now. So what are the things you learned in the music business so far that you can give the audience some insight on?
One of the main things I can say is be yourself. You know, don't get caught up in, you know, in this business, it's a lot of people that try to twist you, try to get you to do things. I would say just keep it real and keep going no matter what. Don't give up. You know, I had a lot of people tell me that I couldn't do it. I was just too this, I was too that. You know, just keep going. You know, keep doing it. You know, and get a good lawyer. You know, it's very important.
Like, who are you with right now as far as your label situation, and when can we accept the full project?
Well, we're working on that now. I end up doing a deal with this label called 22 Recordings. They distributed by Capital EMI Label Services. We're just really trying to coordinate with the labels. It's a few people on the roster. They got Lil Flip, they got Cassidy, they have Donnie Klang, and they also have Q from Day 26. So I'm just trying to really see where I fit in. And I don't know. I'm really trying to find out. You know, so far, you know, a lot of attention hasn't came my way. It's been going to other artists that's on the situation. So I don't know. I'm just working. You know, I'm trying to get my album finished, and I guess we'll see what happens from that point.
Now, how was the experience being one of the backup singers for TREY SONGZ? And are there any? I know there's definitely a lot of positives to it. Are there any negatives to it that we know about that we don't know about?
Oh, it was great, man. It was, you know, like when I started working with TREY, you know, we actually started before anything ever came out on TREY. So that's when we started, you know, rehearsals and started doing shows and stuff. We were doing a whole lot of industry shows. And then his record came out and we just were touring. And it was lovely, man. It was some of the best experience I had, you know, being on the road, man. We just kicked it, man. And the business was tight. I never had a problem with anything. It was lovely. And I knew then that he was going to do it. You know, I could tell. You know, because the dude is like, every part of his business, you know, he got something to do with it. And he's just a really, really hard worker. I was like, Dad, this dude go hard, you know, because I never seen him complain. You know, he was just grinding. No sleep. You know, there was times where I could rest and sleep, but he had to just keep going. And I always seen him do it, you know, with a smile on his face. So I knew he had what it takes to be where he is now.
Name one negative in your career. Like, give me a time that something went wrong. I really want to hear about some of the flaws of the industry.
But yeah, you're trying to get me in trouble. But yeah, it's a whole lot of negatives. I can say one thing. You know, I don't want to say any names or what situation, but throughout my career, I've been ripped off a lot as far as like not having the business tight. You know, by major artists. You know, the business is sneaky. It's real cutthroat. And you know, when you working with certain people and certain artists that has names and they have labels, and they get you hemmed up in these contracts. So I would say that's a negative. Get that lawyer.
So let us know some of the responsibilities of a background singer. Like, do you all just do the background singing, or are there other duties you all have? And do you all just do the backup singing for the concerts, or are you also on the albums as well?
I wasn't on the album. You know, I wasn't on the album because by the time that I got with TREY, his first album was already done. So yeah, it's just all the live stuff he did, and all the like the television stuff, and all the live shows and showcases. You know, like we had a lot of extensive rehearsals, you know, before we did our first show and stuff. You know, and also too, you know, being in the background, they allowed us, you know, sometimes to, you know, to do little licks and things like that. And also, a few times I was able to open up for certain little shows. Then he would come out, and we just rock it out from there.
What would you say was one of your biggest highlights of your career?
I would say pretty much everything I've done. You know, being with OL'SCHOOL, that was a great highlight, man. You know, just having that opportunity, you know, having a video on BET and having a video on MTV, you know, being in all the magazines, that was like the biggest highlight. Then after that, I would say working with TREY, you know, because it had been a few years, you know, since I had did anything like that. So working with TREY in like 2004, and that was a whole lot of fun, you know, traveling with him him and his team and doing all the shows and venues.
Now, how do you look at the state of R&B in St. Louis right now, or do you keep up with the scene?
Yeah, pretty much I do. I like it. St. Louis, I believe, has great artists, R&B and hip-hop. It's a lot of talent here.
Who are some of the young artists you think have a shot at making it in St. Louis?
The young artists, but I like Aloha. She has a shot, a very good shot. And also like Brad Young, the movement he has, and the stuff he's doing.
Before we get off the air, tell me about your future projects and performances, and also tell me about the brand new single, She Wanted Me.
Well, right now, She Wanted Me out there, and so far the response is pretty good.
All right, great. And how can people find you online or in general?
You can hit me up on Facebook, it's The Real Jason Little, and on Twitter, it's at I Am Jason Little.
Now we're about to get into this single right now, though. Like, She Wanted Me. Like, does she not want you anymore? What is it about?
No, it's just something I wanted to do because, I'm kind of known for doing a lot of R&B ballads. So I kind of want to do something more tempo. And it's just a real simple story about this guy in the club and he just tripping off this bad chick. And she into him. She feel him. She want him. So he just kind of talking about that. And then I got my boy Misfit on there. That's it. She wanted me.